Okay. Normally, for me, when we look at properties, even single family, mobile home park, the same thing. We try to do value add property, but find the value add properties, which means mismanagement or out of state business. I mean, the mobile home park owners. Or when you look at the P&L, you can see certain categories is out of the normal in the areas, not in that industry is normal. You can improve. Let's say if their water bill is very high, then you ask them, okay, why? If in general, is this kind of like what's it called, the bill kind of like all bills paid, I guess,
Yep.
which means law rent includes water and the sewer include everything.
Hello, everyone. We're Jacqueline and Melvin Landry, and we welcome you to our podcast, Get Diversified. Throughout these series, we'll cover all the topics and questions you have about investing in apartment buildings, storage facilities, and mobile home parks. Being knowledgeable in these areas will help you feel more comfortable about investing. Apartment investing equals building wealth. Building wealth equals financial freedom. Achieving financial freedom allows you to spend your time with building memories with your loved ones. Let's face it, time is the one element in life that is limited, and you don't want to waste it.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Get Diversified. I'm your host today, Jacqueline Landry, and I am super excited to continue the series that we have on Get Diversified called Women in Real Estate. And I am joined here today by Shan Barton, and she is our mobile home park queen. And I am so happy to have her on our show today. So welcome, Shan.
Thank you, Jackie. I appreciate it for having me.
Thank you. Well, let's jump right in, Shan. So tell the viewers a little bit about your background, because I know you've done more than just mobile home parks. So give us a little bit of a background as to kind of how you started in real estate, and then we can continue from there.
Sure, definitely, yes. And as everybody can see, I'm a Chinese. Actually, I come from China. 1993, moved from China to US to advance my education. And 2011, I quit a job and bought a small business. In that time, I had some extra time. During that period, I had some extra time. So I started learning real estate investing from all the gurus. During that time, I attended lots of boot camps, workshops, and meetups and network events, you name it. Learned a
Awesome.
lot. Yeah, learned a lot from lots of gurus. One during that time, I was doing like real estate, what's it called, rental, single families rentals, and but same time because I'm from financial background, so I've tried to pay attention to the cash flows, and I noticed that mobile home parks, from one of the gurus, the workshop, and their cash flow was really good. So I started digging, and from that point on, started learning mobile home park investing.
Got it. So you first started with single family and then moved to mobile home park. So is the cash flow for mobile home parks better than the cash flow for like a fix and flip of single families?
From single families, yes, I would say so, because in general, depending on your business models really. Mobile home parks, our business model really is we own the land only. We don't own the what's called they call it mobile home or trailers, people call it. In general, we know for rentals, single families or mutual families, their expense ratio is about 50-60%. For mobile home parks, because we only own the land, people only pay their law rent, we call the law rent or pad. That way, their expense ratio is much lower. Their expense ratio is about 30-40%. So in
Awesome.
that words, cash flow is higher than apartments or single families. The main thing, another reason I like mobile home parks, because the business model, because this business model we set it up, so kind of like take out the landlord headache, the repairs and maintenance part, we take it off. So this way you also can be a distant landlord, if that makes sense to you.
Got it. Got it. So with multifamily, what you're saying is, you have to worry about the repairs and keeping your tenants and everybody happy. And there's a lot less of that with mobile home parks.
Exactly,
Okay.
exactly.
Okay. So how do you go about finding a mobile home park? Like what's the criteria that you should be looking at? Because I know it's quite different than what you would look for when you're looking for a multifamily apartment building.
Correct, correct. My specialty or my niche, I would say, looking for the off-market properties. Calling brokers is one thing, and build a relationship is one thing. That's for more like on the market properties, or even for more brokers of pocket listing, build a relationship. That's mainly already the brokers already chase them. But the difference versus, I mean, compared to the apartments, the difference is the mobile home parks, they still have lots of mama pop. We call them mama pop owners. That way, you directly contact them. You do, just like you do any, if you do the single family properties, that, find from either county's website or you buy the leads from, all the, the address, the phone number, everything. Do your research, find this, then contact them, or even go visit them. Go drive by, go visit them, and talk to them. Build relationships. Send the business cards. Send the not send business cards. Send the postcards. Send the mailers, and then if they respond, then definitely hop on the phone right away. Or I just simply, if close to me, in about hour range, I drive. Just go to each property, drive by, then
And
see
knock
which
on the
one.
door.
Exactly, knock on the door. Exactly, and you'll be surprised. You'll be surprised. That's the best way to build relationships, to get to know them, and they were shocked to see you too. They said, "How did you find me?"
Oh wow, that's awesome. So what makes a mobile home park investment so good? So I know you talked about it has good cash flow, but I can't imagine that any mobile home park is going to have good cash flow. So what's some of your criteria? Is it rural? Is it have to do with occupancy? Does it have to do with average household income? So talk a little bit about that.
Sure, sure. So everybody's, investment criteria is different. For me, I'm looking for mobile homes parks. Mobile home parks in general, they are rural. Most of the outside of the suburb area. And for me, I'm looking for the metro area, at least minimum 200 population wise, at least 200,000 above population.
Okay.
Because to me, that way give you secure the database. Your economy is good, the database population is there, the database is good. So you will not have like a tenant issues. I don't want to find a mobile home parks, couple hours away from big city. Nobody want to drive there because that's people's home. You want to make
Yep.
sure they have about 30 to 45 minutes drive distance to go to their workspace maximum. Just like you and I. You don't want to drive 2 hours each day to go to your workplace.
Yep.
That's the reason I'm looking for criteria. Distance wise, big metro definitely have metro area about a population 200 K above. That's economic part. The pets part, a lot part, I'm looking for property minimum about 30 pets. Prefer about 50 or 75 or 80, 75, 80. That's my sweet spot. But minimum 30 pets because below that, it's just, it's hard to scale. And
Yep.
it's not worth their time to me. That's, but somebody's, they'll even 10 or 6, they get good cash flow and they are very hands-on, it's close to them. Some park owners even live in there, then they are okay with it. So everybody's different. For
Got
me,
it.
minimum pets is 30 pets. Definitely. And another most important thing I'm looking for mobile home parks is got to be a public utilities, which means city water, city sewer. I highly recommend beginners. If you want to invest in mobile home park, as a beginner, you want to looking for the public utilities, septic tank, lagoons, or treatment plants. They're okay down the road when you have experience dealing with the basic stuff, but that kind of private utilities could be potentially very costly and lots of headache. If you're beginner, try to get into that one, you probably will be discouraged down the road. You may just one deal, then you may just, okay, I'm done with it. I don't like it.
Got it. So what makes it cumbersome?
I would say just
Is it the
keep,
maintenance?
yeah, manage, and also the cost really to fix them. To fix them
Okay.
is very costly. Let's say treatment plan. Literally, a treatment plan costs. If it's fairly new, that's okay. But normally, just like everything else, have lifespan. Treatment plan 50 years lifespan. If you get into that, business, if you, let's say when you bought the treatment, mobile home park, the treatment plan or is already 35, 40 years old. Pretty much you only have 10 years. You don't know, maybe breakdown after you took it over for 5, 10 years. One treatment plan could cost literally 200,000, 500,000, even $1 million.
Oh, wow.
It
Okay.
just, it's just a lots of potential headache.
Got it. So what about average household income? Do you look at that at all when you're looking at mobile home parks, or is that not something you really consider?
I do look at it, but not that crucial,
Okay.
because mobile home parks tenants lives there, the mobile home park owners, and we call it affordable living. We know that most of tenants they work at McDonald's and all the fast food restaurants. They either works there or they are managers there, or let's say school bus drivers, or even regular, kind of working blue class people. We know that, and but mainly we're looking for when we choose when we do the area search, we're looking pay attention to the surrounding the house price.
Okay.
And also their rent. Let's say if their house price, I'm looking at minimum price, house price around 120, 150 above, minimum 150 probably. Below than that, it's kind of too low, because these days, mobile home park, each individual mobile home could cost about the minimum about, $70, $80,000 to purchase. Used to be much cheaper, used to be 50, 60. No, these days, $70, $80,000 minimum to purchase. So I'm looking for the house price. If it's the area of house price only 100,000, then why people want to get into mobile home?
Yeah.
They may just go buy, regular brick home instead of mobile home.
Yep.
That's reason.
Okay. Yeah, and that makes sense. So from a multifamily, that's something that we look into as well, right? If you can buy a house for $70,000, where your payment is $500-$600, why would you rent an apartment for $800 or for $850?
Exactly.
If you have good credit, right? If you don't have good credit, then there's a little bit of a difference. You can't buy a house, so then you're stuck with an apartment, and your credit needs to be somewhat good, because if not, you're not going to pass the criteria for letting a tenant into a building. Okay, awesome. So so when you underwrite mobile home parks to see, is it a good deal or not? How do you estimate your income growth and your expense growth?
Okay. Normally, for me, when we look at properties, even single family, mobile home park, the same thing. We try to do value add property, but find the value add properties, which means mismanagement or out of state business. I mean, the mobile home park owners. Or when you look at the P&L, you can see certain categories is out of the normal in the areas, not in that industry is normal. You can improve. Let's say if their water bill is very high, then you ask them, okay, why? If in general, is this kind of like what's it called, the bill kind of like all bills paid, I guess,
Yep.
which means low rent includes water and the sewer include everything. This can be a value added, if location, everything's meet your criteria, you can, after you purchase, you can do the sub meter, which means each trailer install meter, so that way give them accountability, to control the water usage, and you can add that water bill back, let them pay the water bill instead, the pet include everything. Well, this is value add. This is one item you can do. On average, each trailer normally their monthly water bill is about $40 to $65. So that's rent you can put in the pocket.
Got
Things
how
like
much is
that.
how much profit is that for the owner?
If before that your water bill, what's called your law rent includes the water sewer, and now you build back, you do the submit, then build back, that's all your profit. You see what I'm saying? That's the net. You increase whatever how much you can increase.
I see what you're
That's
saying.
all to you. Yeah, yeah.
I see. Awesome. So what do you ever put like restaurants or stores or pools in when you're doing mobile home parks, or do you only improve them if they already have them on the premise?
Interesting. I'm glad you asked that. Actually, you will see this a lot. Lot of has lots of mobile home parks have like laundry rooms on the side, and some of you have restaurants. Some when you say pools, that's kind of RVs normally have pools, but we don't do RVs. We only do regular kind of family style mobile home parks. Normally they don't have pools, but with
Okay.
restaurants or with laundromats or other some have like a small units of self storage there. Yes, definitely you will see that from here to there. Not a lot, but you will see it, let's say 2 out of 10. When you look at 10 properties, maybe 1 or 2, yes, you will see that. In that case, some of us have also single families or some, 2 or 3 or 4 units apartments there. In that case, we
Mm,
normally, if restaurant, if that's your specialty, then yeah, you just, whoever lease your restaurant, kind of like your commercial leasing, you just lease it out, you just receive the rent for the building, commercial building you have. But
got it.
and yeah, laundromat same thing. But laundromat we discourage it because it's very manager heavy. And
Mm,
also especially it's not very safe at night if people go wash clothes, something like that. It's really not safety concern for us. So we normally try to ask people have their own wash and dry in their own home instead go to wash and dry place. But if that's, if something we cannot overcome, then yeah, we definitely put the security cameras there, then, improve the security definitely, then that's another value. You can put a cold laundry there instead, or just different ways to value. But main thing we discourage laundromat there
got
is
it.
because of security concerns.
Got it. So when you said that sometimes, 2 out of 10 times you'll find a restaurant or a laundromat, do you shy away from seeing a restaurant on a mobile home park, area? Because from a multifamily perspective, when I see commercial as well as residential, it scares me a little bit. So recently we looked at an apartment building that had 4 spaces, commercial spaces on the bottom, and they were all coming up for lease within 18 months. And that scared the heck out of me because what if they all 3 decide not to lease? It could take anywhere from 2 to 3 years to lease the commercial property, and that's a big chunk of other income, right? When underwriting the deal, so that scares me personally. I'm sure other people it doesn't scare them. Maybe they're only 1 year into a 10-year lease. So, anyways, what's your perspective on that with having like a restaurant or some kind of commercial space in mobile home parks? Does that
Uh,
scare you?
I I would say no, that would not scare me at all.
Okay.
To me, it's just another commercial properties there. But definitely, I want to be, especially if this one, if let's say if this business mobile home park close to me, I don't care at all. I mean, that's fine, just like a regular. Actually, I it I treat it as regular my underwriting everything. But if it's from distance, let's say if it's a long distance, then I will be very conservative, just like you said, because I don't know the people. I mean, the people running business could out of special restaurant business could be out of business soon. Everything you don't know, but that will when I underwrite, I will be very conservative. Then that's when I said be very conservative, which means I'll be very aggressive on the price.
Got it.
When I
Got it.
negotiate, I'll be very aggressive on the price, which means I will get a real good deal. In case that one doesn't work out, will not affect my own the whole number that much. Will be very small dent. But also
Yeah.
I have my kind of backup plan to, to rescue that side of income.
Got it. Got it. So for all you listeners out there, conservative underwriting is what you want to hear when you're talking to people and thinking about investing in their deal, rather it be multifamily or mobile home parks. You want to understand how they underwrote the deal, and people like Shan being super conservative. It's always best to be conservative, and if the deal looks good when you're underwriting and you're being conservative, then that means if something goes wrong, which oftentimes it does, you can kind of recap that and still give the investors back the returns that you projected. So the word is conservative, guys. So make sure that you're looking at that underwriting really good, and making sure that your sponsor is conservative. Awesome. So Shan, how many mobile home parks do you own?
Right now, we have one, and
Okay.
I'm actually LP with another one. But yes.
Okay. Awesome. So what's next for Shan?
I'm very active in, I'm a full-time real estate investor and a realtor too. I'm very active with single families, mobile home parks, and also now apartments. So just, keep, just like we talked earlier, doing flippings and doing rentals, single family wise, and also looking for mobile home parks. I have investors want to all do deals together with me, and doing mobile home parks and apartments. So we are, especially now, the second quarter of 2003, and also next year, 2024, we all know something's coming to our way. We are all ready for this. So
Yep.
we'll see. Just got to
Yep.
buckle up and do more underwriting. Look at it for more deals. Just got really, never put the feet off the pedal. Keep pushing it.
Exactly. So I want to say one thing. So number one is get diversified, right? So diversify your assets. So Shan is really good at that, right? So she still does her single family. So for those people that say, oh, you only have to pick one asset class, Shan is a perfect example of somebody who doesn't believe in that. And Melvin and I don't either, right? We're still doing some single family stuff. We're still doing multifamily. We're going to diversify this year into doing some debt funds. And if we happen to find a deal and come in with Shan on a mobile home park, we're going to do that as well. So it's all about diversifying your investments so that when one asset class is up, the other one may be down, and then at the end of the day, you're going to come out even, or you're going to come out ahead. And so that's what all of us investors want. So that's awesome, Shan. I'm super excited to see where your future is going to go, and tell if people have any questions about mobile home park investing, how can they find you?
Sure. They can email me at MHP Lady, Mobile Home Park Lady, MHP Lady at gmail.com.
I love it.
Yeah. Or they can just, link on LinkedIn, link me Shan Barton, SHAN, last name Barton, BARTON. They will find me there. So either way.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
I love the first name, Mobile Home Park Lady. I called you a queen, but I guess you could be a lady as well. That's just as fitting for you, Shan. So thank you, Shan, for joining us. I appreciate you taking time out of your day. And listeners, I hope that you found this, found some knowledge in what Shan had to share. And until next time, see you.
Thank you very much. See ya.
Alrighty. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.